Guys, how are you doing? My name is Emanuela Lumene and I'm a child of God. I'm a radiographer by profession with 5 years of experience and counting. I'm also a certified mindset and personal development life coach. I'm the founder of Abundant Life Creation, a vision whose purpose is to raise a generation of youths that are awakened to their creative abilities and they're intentional about creating a life of abundance according to God's purpose. I am the founder of Nueles Cakery. We are specialized in making cakes for all events. And I'm also an author. I published a book titled Dear Youth, There is More to You. The purpose of this book is to help the youth understand the delicacy of their youthful stage, the impact that choices and decisions have on their lives, and just how they can navigate through their youthful stage. So yesterday we had quite an interesting topic. For those that haven't watched the video, I will attach the link of the video in the comment section. Take time to watch it. I believe it is going to help you. Today we're going to discuss a little bit more on self-reflection or personal evaluation because I believe it's something that is important as you are trying to understand how your 2024 has been before you prepare yourself for 2025. So I'd like to share something with you guys on something that I experienced some years back when I first started my journey of self-discovery, personal growth and development, and some of the challenges I experienced when I was evaluating myself. So I was more intentional about my self-discovery journey in 2019, and the first time I did a self-reflection, oh my god. You know when you had set goals for the year and you were so excited, I had written down my resolutions of what I wanted to achieve. And as the year was coming to an end, believe me when I say there was not even one goal that I had fully achieved. And when I sat down to actually evaluate and understand, okay, why didn't I achieve it? Or why didn't I achieve most of the goals that I had set? I got to realize that there were certain things about myself that were preventing me from achieving those goals. So there were certain mindsets and certain habits that stood as a hindrance in me achieving those goals. And what started to happen is the more I started to discover those things about me, it was becoming so painful because I was like, oh my God, is this the kind of a person I am? And I started to see myself as, okay, maybe I'm not cut out to achieve these things. It's not for me. I started looking at myself in a negative way. And I remember there was a day I was so drained because I just couldn't believe. I was just like, oh my God, am I this bad? And you start throwing a pity party and all. And as time went by, God started helping me understand the sole purpose of self evaluation and reflection. So, most of you may actually be going through what I went through. So, I would want to share a few things that helped me so that you don't do what I did years back. Now it's a little bit better, and I know how to navigate through the whole self evaluation and reflection. So, when you're evaluating yourself, the sole purpose of it is to help you understand where you are, why you are where you are, what is causing you to be where you are, and what you can do to get from where you are to where you want to be. So, when you sit down and evaluate yourself, I personally believe it's God's desire for us to prosper in all aspects of our lives. So even as you are reflecting, you should take time to evaluate all aspects of your life, as it is going to help you have a clear picture of everything that is going on around you and what is causing you to be limited in all aspects of your life. So I will pick a few aspects or a few points or a few areas of our lives that we can use as examples so that you will have a clear picture of what I'm trying to deliver to you. So if you had set certain goals, let's say financial goals, and your financial goals for 2024 was that you want to save up 20,000. So, and imagine we are in December and the only money you have managed to save is like a 4,000 when you were very eager at the beginning to go ahead with the goal. So now you look at yourself and you wonder to say, but I set this goal and I had the money. Why is it that I failed to achieve this goal? One thing you should understand is that there are certain habits that you may have developed over the years, a certain relationship that you have with money, certain a perception that you have with money. And if you are a saver or an investor or a spender, there's a way you handle money differently. So you'd find that because of the habits that you had built over the years, if you're a person, somebody gives you money and the first thing you think about is, I need to enjoy life. You only live once, so let me enjoy, let me chalk the money. You realize that each time you receive money, the first thing that comes in your mind is to spend it. So what needs to be changed is not really you putting your money aside, but changing your mindset towards money. You need to start seeing money in a different way and start developing a mindset that an investor tends to have in order for you to be effective at saving your money. Secondly, if you look at how the situation has been, I'm living in Zambia, so the current situation that we have been experiencing for the past couple of months is that we have been having load shedding, where we haven't been having electricity for some hours. And I know for those people that are running businesses, personally it affected my cake business, because there are certain goals that I had set out for my cake business that I wanted to achieve this year, but something happened that was beyond my control. I didn't have control on the electricity issue in the country. So you find that there are certain things that limited me, and that was one of them. So I was not able to achieve almost all the goals that I set, or some of the goals that I had set. So even as you're reflecting, you need to understand what are some of the things that have transpired that have caused me not to achieve the goals that I set that are within my control and that are out of my control. You may not have control on the economic aspect or economic sector of a country, but you have control on how you handle your finances or how you deal with your finances. Okay, yes, the dollar may have gone high, the prices of things may have gone high. That is something that is beyond your control. But what is it that was within your control that you could use to ensure that you achieve the goals that you had set out, but you were not intentional about doing that? Secondly, it could be in your relationships or friendships. You realize that there are certain people that you may have lost because of different things, but you have to realize what role did you play that caused those people not to actually remain in your life. Is it something you did or something that they did that caused you people not to have the friendship or relationship that you had? So you need to be truthful to yourself, even as you take time to evaluate yourself. The thing is that don't beat yourself about the things that you don't have control over. You don't have control over how people perceive you or how people act towards you, but you have control over how you react to different situations or how you respond to how people react to you. So at the end of it all, as you sit down and ask yourself those tough questions, understand where you are. Why am I where I am in my spiritual life? If you haven't been intentional about growing your spiritual life, you need to understand what are some of the things that caused me not to achieve those things. When you understand what they are, you will know the areas that you need to work on that will help you in the next coming year. Because imagine if you set goals this year 2024 and you didn't achieve them, probably the probabilities of you resetting the next year is there, the chances are high. But the thing is that if you don't change yourself, if you don't look within yourself and understand some of the limiting factors, the mindset, the emotions, or let's say the perceptions that you have, how you handle challenges, how you react when you find yourself in certain situations, if you don't deal with those things, you will most likely have the same results you had this year, next year. So try and be a bit intentional about yourself, even as you reflect. Don't be so hard on yourself. Tell yourself the truth, no matter how bitter it is, and use the truth that you have learned, not to feel pity for yourself, but instead to work and develop those areas where you are lacking, so that next time you become better and the results around you will be better. I believe if you work on yourself from your inside, you change your mindset, your thought process, you work on your habits, you just have a positive attitude towards life, everything about yourself will around you, or everything around you will start to gravitate towards the person you are becoming. So thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, have a lovely day. This is Emanuela. Bye bye.